don't know. But then Robert Kennedy wants to run too. And it's like, I don't know if this is good because we're going to run 4, but you really can't though, right? Because one has to be picked from the DNC and one has to be picked from the RNC. And it's like, how are we doing this?
They won't. Like, they'll have their little mail-off thingy.
Because exactly. Yeah. But if Trump pulls 25% of the vote.
Well, he'll back out if he doesn't win the Republican candidacy.
You think?
He has to. Otherwise, you're giving it to the Democrats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's Ross Perot thing. Yeah.
He would be the most hated guy from the right.
But he's also, 78? Does he give a shit? Yeah. That's the problem. Does Biden give a shit?
Right. I don't even think he knows, but
I don't think so either. Like Weekend at Bernie's.
It's crazy, dude. Well, you know, when you were younger, I remember watching the movie Clear and Present Danger, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, "How dare you bark at me? I'm the president of the United States." And I remember that line. You're like, "Oh shit, yeah." And he's like, you know, but like, it used to mean something, dude. I used to stand, and it just doesn't. It'd be
kind of cool to have a president that you think could kick someone's ass.
Right?
You know
like,
what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of a guy of stature. It's like, I'm coming down there.
No, that's the part that gets me scared a little bit. Is just like, man, the people in charge, they really don't give a shit about the people. Mm-hmm. They don't. And so you have to, and that's why something like my group is why I formed it, because like somebody has to care about each other. You have to form community. You have to form strong families. You have to be strong yourself. You have to get your shit together, get your house in order, because the other people, they're not coming to save you. And you hear this all the time, but it's the facts. It's going to get worse. If you think, you know, the government's going to save you, if you think the country's going to save you, good luck. Yeah. Like, you better get your own shit together. You better get a strong group of people to support you. And then you help each other, you know, and that's what will save America if it is. But
well, I've said a million times, like, it is like what you just said. Every man on this planet should say, no one's coming to save me, right? And people get offended by that. Well, I'll come help you, bro. It's like, no, dude, I need to live my life as in no one's coming to save me. I have to do this. That's where personal responsibility is born and turns into a freaking phoenix.
Dude, I have a very close friend. And I remember one night we were hanging out, just having this amazing moment. He's one of my closest friends. And at the time, he was making that year, I think he made about $100 million. And as good of a friend as you'll ever meet to this day. You won't find a better friend than this guy. Loyal as they get. But he, he shares this story publicly, but I don't want to share too much. But long story short, he was molested as a kid. This played havoc in his life. He ended up cheating on his family. All this. But I remember when he was like at his peak at the top, and I literally said to him one day, I said, dude, my life can never get too bad because I'm friends with you. And he told me later, he's like, I didn't want that pressure. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, that guy could always save me. And then his whole life went to hell. The guy that was probably the strongest that I knew, and now he's like in a good place again. He's been able to fix the stuff with his family. I just love this guy so much. But I was like, well, how unfair was that to me to think that somebody else would be able to take care of me? It's up to me. Like, this is my responsibility. Nobody's coming to save you. Your best friend making 9 figures with all the benefits. And I mean, he would have taken a bullet in the face for me. 0 doubt, 100%. Doesn't matter. That dude can't save me. He's trying to take care of himself. And so, like, yes, we support each other and we have this thing, but you ultimately got to take care of your own shit.
Yeah. And you got to teach that down to your kids.
Yes.
Absolutely.